Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
You're annoying, and so am I. What fresh hell?
Laughing in the face of motherhood. I successfully made a chia pet grow with Margaret Abels
and Amy Wilson.
Looking around, am I? Looking around closed.
A podcast that solves today's parenting dilemmas
so you don't have to. Everything's trying to take care of me, and it's just moving my life in the wrong direction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. This is Margaret.
And this is Amy. And today, okay, we annoy ourselves also.
We're looking at the man in the mirror, Amy.
Yeah.
We're asking her to stop leaving the cabinet doors open.
Yeah, I mean, we are always here to tell you that you have the right to be mad at other people for truly, completely trivial and irritating things that they do. But, I mean, sometimes we're also annoying.
And we are often here to tell our spouses that they're terrible people who leave omelet pans around and also forget to do the things we need them to do.
Yep.
But today's the day where we're turning it around and examining the annoying things that we do.
Yes.
On our very own Sims.
Yes. I'll tell you what I do that I think is totally annoying and I can't stop doing it. I, like when I'm running the water to fill up, I totally do it to fill up the coffee pot. I run the water, I fill it, and then I look at it, and then I go like, and I put in like 10 more milliliters. Like I have to run it again just a little bit, just to top it off. I can't explain why.
Before we get to that, we have a new segment.
Oh, right. Sometimes I annoy myself when I forget the new segment.
Guys, we're not great at remembering our new segments. I'm sorry. We're always like, let's start with this. And then 5 minutes in, I'm like, wait. It's literally, we work off of notes, and in giant letters, it says, do mailbag. And we forgot. So anyway, let's do our mailbag.
Okay. All right.
Amy, you take us into the mailbag. We need a sound. We need like we're opening the mailbag. We need a theme song. That's not it.
Okay. All right. Hopefully TBD. We have 2 entries in the mailbag because these were both so good. I wanted to honor them both. Madigan wrote to us and said, thank you for telling me this is as hard as I think it is. Thank you for making me laugh when I didn't think that was possible. Madigan had a really rough 2020. So let's hope that Madigan's year improves in 2021 with everybody else's.
Yes, for you and for us all, please.
Yeah. And the other mailbag entry is from Hannah. This is so good. I wanted to make sure everybody said this. Just listening to the Your Life Begins Again episode, she wrote, and I just wanted to share a tip for vomiting in the car. It is a tip from ER nurses, but I've tried it myself while pregnant and with my kids, and it works. Smelling isopropyl alcohol interrupts something and helps with nausea. So I keep a small essential oil sized bottle of isopropyl alcohol in the car. And if anyone is feeling bad, they sniff it. I looked this up, guys. It's a thing. I'll put the link in the show notes to a New York Times article about it. It somehow interrupts what's happening in your brain and the nausea goes away.
That is shocking. Like, I can't imagine anything I would want to do less when I was feeling nauseous than smell isopropyl alcohol, but I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Don't say we didn't tell you anything today, guys. If you would like to be featured on our segment that we often forget called Mailbag, you can write to us at info@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. And we love hearing from you.
Okay, so we went to our Facebook group, facebook.com Facebook.com/WhatFreshHellCast. And we asked you guys, what is the thing you do that most annoys yourself? Lead us off, Margaret.
Some of these were super random. Some of them were not that random, but we're going to start at the random end of the pool, Amy, with Chelsea, who says, I am the loudest puker.
Okay.
I do not know why, but I can't throw up all cute and quiet like everyone else. So there's a lot to unpack here, as they say, Amy. I don't think a lot of people are cute, quiet pukers, but go ahead. It's got to come from deep in my soul. My dad used to yell at me as a kid for it.
Chelsea, I also do this. I can't explain it. Like there's some switch that's supposed to throw that you don't like yell while you puke. And I have the same problem. I'm so loud and I can't stop it.
I think I'm just a medium puker. I was once on the New York City subway with a woman who was almost certainly pregnant. She was with her, I assume, spouse, a dude. And she had a little bag with her. And she was just like, she was barfing. Like, I think she had morning sickness, but she was still going to work. And she was throwing up in a way that I think I was the only person on the car who realized she was throwing up. She had some sort of receptacle and she was just like, blip. And like,
it was all cute and quiet.
It was cute and quiet. But I will say that to me, that was a remarkable feat. I was like, that person is a silent puker. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And probably she had bad morning sickness and was used to it. And her husband was kind of like gently patting her on the back. But otherwise, they were like, this is just another day at the office that this lady pukes on the subway on the way to work. But I will say that there is a member of my family who I will not identify with any identifying information, who is a loud sneezer. I mean, when I say a loud sneezer,
yeah.
It is like a barking seal combined with a person who has had a piano dropped on their foot before the sneeze comes out. And it is the most shocking noise. Like, members of my family have dropped glassware when this person sneezes. It comes out of nowhere. And it's suddenly like, has someone been run over by a car? Oh no, that person is just sneezing. And I, for many years, was like, this must be a bit. Like, nobody sneezes like this. I don't understand what this is.
Nah, I feel their pain. It's totally annoying and I do it.
You're a loud puker or a loud sneezer or both?
I'm a pretty loud sneezer, but it's really my puking that will wake the neighbors.
Okay, I know we're not supposed to throw our spouses under the bus in this, but I have to do it, Amy. I'm sorry. My husband believes that he can sneeze without covering his nose because he controls his sneezing.
So nothing comes out when he sneezes, he believes?
That's what he believes, yes.
Okay.
He believes that he has dominion over his sneezes. And it has been an ongoing fight in our marriage. And I have finally just reached a point where I'm like, it is not acceptable for you to not cover your nose when you sneeze. And he often will just go back to this defense of like, I control my own sneezes. And I'm like, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
And you're gross. And also, please, it's a pandemic. Cover your nose when you sneeze.
My kids are fierce elbow shamers. Like, you know, I grew up learning that your nose and mouth when you sneezed with your hand, with your open palm. I mean, terrible idea, but that's what the nuns taught us. So now these days, it's you sneeze into your elbow.
Chicken wing.
But my husband's sneezes are like, he gets up into like boy soprano range, but only when he sneezes. really high.
He's like, achoo! Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like that, like he's jumping off a building. And
really weird. Now I'm going to picture that every time I see your husband.
But he doesn't sneeze into his elbow. He sneezes into his hand. And my kids, like, oh, they're just ready to make a citizen's arrest every time. They're so mad.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you got to drill. You know what we always say on the podcast, guys, they're not going to do what you say. They're going to do what you do.
Right.
So I've become a chicken winger. It's not my favorite, but I get the idea that like sneezing at your hand and then shaking someone's hand is disgusting.
Let's not go back to that ever.
Yeah, let's just maybe not go back to shaking hands. It's such a weird, but I just was having a debate with friends of like what could replace it. And I said, just like hands in front of your heart, like hello, like you don't have to bow. It's like kind of the bow posture, but you don't bow.
You don't have to show the back of your neck to your enemy in case he'd like to decapitate you.
Exactly. You just put your hands in front of your heart. But then they were like, no, that's horrible. It's cheesy and new agey. I'm like, I just want something. I don't want to bump elbows. It's like,
what is that? That's not cheesy, but is it cheesy?
It's just it's weirdly intimate. Like you have to raise your armpit to the person. I don't want that. I want something new. So guys, let's start a Facebook thread. Can you think of a new way of greeting each other? I just feel like simply when you saw people, you just put your two hands together like you were praying and said hi, that would be fine.
What if you like wink and give them like the little finger gun like you're in the Rat Pack with them?
No, unacceptable. Unacceptable, and too many layers to even go into, Amy. No, that didn't go great.
All right, I was just brainstorming. I'll keep at it.
This is a funny one that many people have. Responding to text messages only in my head.
Guilty as charged.
You know what I do all the time, and Amy can attest to this because I've had this problem. I'll say to her, well, did you get my email and we need to do this and that? She's like, what email? I didn't get an email from you. I have the problem where I write the whole email and then I don't hit send.
You like minimize the window or like it just stays open?
I don't know. I must have a minute where I'm like, let me think of the proper way to send off. Like, do I want to go with sincerely or warm regard? Whatever happens. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm sure one of my kids is like, I need help with my social studies. And then I get up and I'm like, oh, I wrote that email already, but I just found it this morning. And I was like, what is in my drafts folder? And it was an email that was supposed to go out yesterday. It's terrible.
Ay. Tina says that she'll have a whole conversation in her head as she's doing other things and not realize until later she didn't actually respond. I totally do this.
Many agreeers on this. Oh, I was thinking I went out to take my daughter to school and the whole car was iced in with these really annoying, crystal, it looked like snowflakes stuck to the window. It looked like a design, like a Winter Wonderland design. But I'm in my bathrobe because I didn't get dressed. I'm like, I just have to drop her at the curb. It's fine. And then I'm out in my bedroom slippers trying to scrape them off with the ice scraper, And I was like, it's 2020. Why haven't we invented a car that can do this? And I was like, oh, I'm sure there is a car that can do this. We just don't own that car because this car is, 15 years old. And then I was going down this whole rabbit hole of the more we improve our lives, we never get there, do we? It's like we keep inventing things to make life easier and easier and easier. Because I was thinking we should invent something that alerts you if you didn't respond to the text. But it's like, I can't have any more alerts. Everything's trying to take care of me and it's just moving my life in the wrong direction.
You know what I do that's totally annoying? I don't acknowledge or answer voicemails. I forget they're there for 6 weeks. I mean, a doctor's office will be like, we have called you 4 times. I'm like, well, what'd you do that for? What'd you leave me a message for? I forget it's there. And I tell myself I won't do it, and then I do it again.
I am trying to move all the people in my life into a post-phone world.
Yes.
I don't want the phone. Every once in a while, now when my phone rings, it is one of my sisters, or possibly it is you, but we don't even really talk by phone.
It has to be an emergency.
Well, every once in a while, what happens is I'll send 6 texts, and I'm like, I'm just going to call because by the time I explain this by text, it's too complicated. But who's calling each other anymore? I like to talk on the phones with my sister, but I keep telling them, just hang up. You don't have to leave the message that's like, hey, it's me, call me back. I get it. I'll see. My phone tells me that you called, and I will call you back.
Yeah, don't leave me a message.
And then people are always like, did you hear my voicemail? Because if you do leave, I never listen to voicemails. Never. Voicemails are outmoded. We have to stop them.
In other news, Meg says she's afraid of her toaster, so she unplugs the toaster oven at night because she worries it'll explode while she sleeps.
I mean, hilarious.
Are you annoyed by that, Meg?
Hilarious. This is not me. This is a different Meg because I am not afraid. I have many fears, but my toaster is not one of them. This is the kind of thing that I feel like I hear people say sometimes, we never use the dryer when we're out of the house. Or we blah, 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 blah. In fact, I just had this debate. My brother-in-law is convinced that there's no danger in having a Christmas tree in your house. Now, we were raised that if you left a real Christmas tree in your house overnight, you would come back to your house charred in ruins. We were raised to fear that the Christmas tree was just a giant fire hazard. And at any second, it was going to light on fire. And so we usually have a fake tree now because we travel usually at the holidays. And so I don't want to take the tree down Christmas night and then go away the next day. And my brother-in-law was like, that's insane. The tree is not going to light on fire in the 4 or 5 days you're away. I would never do it, though. I mean, he didn't convince me. I think that's mania.
I mean, it's not the 1870s and you're putting actual little lit candles on the branches.
Yeah, I guess that's his point was this is not a thing. And my mind was blown. But then other people are like, I would never use my dryer when I leave the house. And I'm like, what is that? That seems nuts to me. But we all have our phobias, people. Shannon is a plant murderer, Amy.
Yeah, I mean, Shannon has dead plants in her house all the time. That's the problem.
She can't keep plants alive. No flowers, veggies, or pretty plants in the yard. Everyone in my family has the magic touch with gardens, and I just kill everything.
Me too. I have cactus. I've gotten succulents, like little cactuses. I have a couple of those around my house. Those I can keep alive. They don't want water. They reject it. so they can stay alive.
I now have a chia Yoda that's one of my children got for Christmas.
Nice.
I successfully made a chia pet grow, but I don't keep live plants in my house. So I don't know from this. Every once in a while we get cut flowers and put them out. And my garden is medium. It's mediocre. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I just don't like that kind of work. Like, that's not my idea of fun, going out and taking care of a garden.
Right. It's a creative act. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing.
Not my thing.
All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, more things that totally annoy ourselves.
For some of us, tax season is one of the only times that we look at our finances fully. And once it's over, well, that was terrible. And it is completely understandable not to want to think about it for another whole year. But using Monarch and being intentional with your finances in an ongoing way helps you see where your money is going and how you can put your refund to best use.
We are here to tell you, simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop.
Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code FRESH.
As you know, my husband and I are preparing to send, 3 kids off to college, and I cannot tell you how helpful Monarch has been in showing us our full financial picture, helping us to track our spending and reach important savings milestones. Our weekly meeting, Amy, it's now run by Monarch.
Love it. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple.
Use code FRESH at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code FRESH.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Amy, let's start with Gina. Okay. I do this exact same thing. Stopping the microwave. I have zero patience and therefore insist on stopping the microwave even when it has 1.09 seconds left. Yes. But I do it because I don't like the beeping sound. The greatest thing that ever happened to me was when alarms became like anything but like meh, meh, meh. I cannot stand that sound of an alarm going off. Mm-hmm. But I think Gina is just very impatient for whatever she is heating up. And she's like, all right, let's just call it. But I do this with the toaster. It drives my husband crazy. I go to toast a piece of toast and then I pop it up because I'm like, it must be done by now.
You quietly pop it up before the loud pop up?
No, I just pop it up because I really want toast.
Okay.
And so I pop it up like 10 times. Mm-hmm. If I would just leave it, it would be done faster. But I pop it up to be like, isn't it done? I really want my toast. And then it takes probably 3 times as long because I've interrupted the cycle.
I was watching TV with my daughter and we were boiling water for tea. And she got very agitated when the water was like about to boil, like the sort of, gathering steam sound that happened. She's like, the water's about to boil. Like it took Brita to get it. Like we needed to get it off before it started to whistle to let us know it was ready, that was something that had to be beaten with like, I don't know, Survivor being thrown off the island level stakes.
Yeah.
If we didn't get to it before it whistled. So I think she shares this annoying trait.
I know we're not doing things we can't live without, but I must interrupt and say I had a tea kettle that I loved. And my husband one day left it on the burner and I think went to the store.
Oh, yeah. You told us about this. Yes.
He murdered my tea kettle.
Yes. He's paid the price.
To make up for his crimes, he bought me an electric tea kettle. And I have to say it's a game changer. I don't think I'm ever going back again. You press a button and 60 seconds later, you've boiling hot water. It's a miracle.
And it doesn't whistle. It's just there for you.
No, it's just do you want hot water right now? I will do that for you. And I have to say, I love it.
Could it all be that simple?
We have a lot of things in the kind of general OCD category.
Yeah.
Rachel can only turn one way when pulling out of a parking spot.
Okay. That's annoying, Rachel. If the exit's the other way, I'm pretty annoyed.
I am borderline crippled by OCD. Like, I have so many stupid rituals and stuff that I have to do. I'm working on it, but it's not going great. And this is the kind of thing I remember being not a kid, but maybe a teenager, and like talking to my cousins and being like, I can only do things in 8s. I can only do, and like one of my other cousins was like, me too. And it was like that thing of, I am not an alien from outer space. This is something people do. But I have about 1 million of these. Nicole can only do things in multiples of 8. Stir the batter, shake salad dressing, walk up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any of this stuff?
I don't identify, but I definitely have a family member who wants the remote control volume to be turned up and down only in multiples of 5. Like, don't turn it up to 12. It has to be 15 or 10.
Yes.
And like, that's annoying, but okay.
No. I mean, that's exactly how I have, on my exercise bike. It's like, it has to be, even if it's too hard, it has to be at 42. It can't be at 41. Like, it's insane. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Mm-hmm. Nissa says she counts the stairs when climbing them. I don't know if it's annoying so much as kind of odd.
It's annoying if you do it out loud.
Yeah, but it's annoying to yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We're annoying ourselves with these things. That's right.
No. It's annoying to yourself because you're like, why can I only eat things in bites of 4? It's just weird.
Courtney can only start tasks on 15-minute increments. Then she gets annoyed with herself when she misses the time. And then I guess you have to wait 14 minutes. That does seem like a waste of time.
Sometimes it helps me because I have a lot of trouble getting out of bed in the morning, especially in the wintertime. I'm just cozied down like a little, nesting animal. And then, I mean, on school days, I have to get up because, we have to get the kids out. But even on Saturdays, sometimes, like, the kids are playing video games. My husband's reading a book. Like, where do I have to be? But I don't like to lie in bed for an hour in the morning because it just, I don't know. I don't like to start my day that way.
Because then it's 2. Yep.
It just feels gross. But I will have the thing of like, I have to get out of bed at a 15-minute interval. I just have a lot of number stuff that drives me crazy.
Karen says, I load the kids in the car and then go back in the house for one thing, only to get distracted by 10 other things I also forgot to do. My mom used to tell us to go get in the car and then take forever to come out. I'm repeating the cycle.
Yeah.
Hard to break that cycle.
Really hard to break that cycle. And also, especially, we were just talking about when it gets easier. And one thing we didn't really cover on that episode was the thing of like, when you don't have to bring 40 things to go somewhere, Mm-hmm. I mean, do you remember flying? I mean, I had 3 kids in diapers at some point flying. I mean, I was like a pack mule with the diaper bag and the formula. The 6 different outfits, the wipes, because if something goes wrong, like there's no room for error. Like you have to have a military grade kit with you for every possible scenario. Mm-hmm. Now we just get in the car, it's so nice. But I have no judgment for the mom who's going back in the house a million times. I mean, we just this morning we're going, you forgot your form that shows your temperature. I mean, it's crazy.
That's been very hard, I find, with my kids are all in school, out of school. Now it's closed, now it's back, right? And that, like, when they haven't been in school for a couple weeks and then they start again, to leave with their shoes and don't forget your belt or you get a demerit and don't forget your slip and don't forget your lunch. And it's become so insurmountably hard all over again.
I will say, I know we're not giving advice, but last night, I sat down with one of my guys who it's always the frenzy in the morning. Like he's, the kid with like the cartoon of him is like papers flying in the air all around his head, and went through his entire backpack. And I made folders like, okay, this is your folder for your art paperwork. And also, he normally would have a locker, but they're not allowing lockers this year. Mm-hmm. And so he's carrying all this stuff back and forth. His backpack has had every piece of paper he's been handed since September in it, in just a jumble, Yeah. We went through it all. We sorted it into folders. And then we pared it down until he had 4 folders, his spiral notebook. And I made him a little chart for the wall by the door that he's got to fill in. I made it like rectangles. So he fills them in until it's a solid line and then he can leave. He got really into it. We'll see how long it lasted, but I was like, that was worth that thing of taking half an hour to do it and saving ourselves every single morning, just being like, which of these 8 billion pieces of floating paper do you think you'll need? And then he would get to school, have the wrong one, get in trouble and be upset, Nightmare.
Sounds familiar.
Let's talk about inertia. Kate says, I'll sit down in front of the TV or computer while my twins are napping with the intention of just being there 15 minutes while I eat lunch, then getting up and doing what I have to do. Almost always, I end up getting sucked into whatever show I'm watching or whatever I'm doing and lose all energy and motivation. I mean, Kate, same. She says, I think it's probably fine to do some days, but I'd prefer to do it intentionally. And I think that's the problem.
Right. That's right. It's relaxation that doesn't feel like relaxation because you're wasting your relaxation time mad at yourself. You're not doing stuff instead of being like, now I do stuff and now I'm just watching TV.
Yeah. And for me, like sitting hunched over my phone and doom scrolling Twitter is not actually relaxing. Like it doesn't actually give me that good feeling that like stretching for 10 minutes or something would. And that's where the inertia part plays into it. We recently, my dad moved and he gave us 2 Lazy Boy recliners. And my husband and I joked that like, we're going to get trapped in them. Like we're going to be those people who grow into them because
they just meld to you. Like they graft to your skin. Yeah.
And it is the kind of thing. They're so comfortable. Your body just sinks in them and you're like, this is paradise. It's like being cradled by a lover. I don't know. It's amazing.
And why are they so ugly, right?
These are not that ugly. They're like, what do you call it? Like hidden Lazy Boys. Like they look like regular leather chairs.
Stealth recliner. Uh-huh.
They look like kind of nice leather chairs and then you pop them out into Lazy Boys. So they're not like the giant overstuffed kind. But they're super comfortable. And then we have them in front of our fireplace. And when the fire is going, you're like, one of the kids could need to go to the hospital. And we would just be like, you have to go. I'm too cozy. We are stuck in these things. Kelly says, and I love this one. This is so
I love this one too.
I save old clothes and call them my gardening clothes, knowing they are too ugly even for yard work. I have 3 bins of gardening clothes.
Yep.
This problem, who annoys themselves out there? Raise your hand unless you're driving with the like, I will use this someday for some other great purpose.
My spouse did not grow up during the Great Depression, but he has this, like, he calls them knocking around clothes. I don't know where that term came from, but we don't garden.
Is your spouse 140?
Knocking around. He's like, I saved this for knocking around. Like, no, throw out the knocking around clothes. Now that's your knocking around.
He's like, I'm going to knock around, see? That's what I'm going to do today.
Knocking around, I'm on knocking around clothes. He's got like 18 knocking around t-shirts, like throw away 11 of those. And that, yeah, like you need to move things further down the pipeline. I feel this. Just throw it out or give it away.
Yeah. I mean, I just think the aspirational
maybe else to use this.
Yeah. This is the meme of, I wish I was the person I thought I was when I bought all this organic produce. Like, it's like everyone thinks they're the person who's going to use miso paste when they get home from the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then everyone is the person who throws miso paste away at some point. Like, it's like
when it expires. Yeah.
I have found that is something I've gotten a little better at. Like, if I ever refit in these jeans, I'll rebuy them when I'm skinny. How about that? Because I'm not going to just buy stuff or keep stuff that is useless. You know, the clothes where I'm like, I'm going to repair this. I'm not going to repair it. Spoiler alert. Let's move into the category of social awkwardness, because there's a lot of social awkward out there, Amy.
Oh, I so annoy myself with my social awkwardness.
I know. Nicole says, I feel I said too much or too little or said the wrong things when she's out socializing. And let me tell you, we don't go out anymore, so that solved it. But every single time my husband and I came home, I'm like, did I talk too much? And he's like, no. But he's like, yes, you definitely talked too much. It was awkward.
Melissa says silence makes her uncomfortable. So she ends up oversharing or saying something she wishes she hadn't because there was a break in the conversation.
This is my whole life. It's like going and being like, whoa. And I, you know, like to be the life of the party and always think I'm hilarious. And whoa, the many nights of regrets I have spent being like, I think I let that joke go on about 10 times too long. And I was like loud and obnoxious. Don't invite me to parties. I'm a very loud and obnoxious party guest. And a couple drinks. And let me tell you, it doesn't help.
Brittany says that she sometimes forgets to greet people. I just drive right into whatever conversation has been going on in my head for the past 6 minutes. Would offering a simple hello, how are you as a conversation precursor kill me? Apparently it would. Hashtag working on this. Yeah, I feel this. I feel like I have like that double Dutch thing of like people are talking and I want to talk to them. And do I do it? How about now? I have that.
I just want to put in everyone's path, including my own, that this is my ex-boyfriend's advice. You would be so much happier if you realized how rarely anyone else ever thought of you. Like very, very few people go home and are like, did you notice how weird Amy was being at the party? I mean, they really don't. They're busy being weird themselves. Everyone feels this way, and like make some good friends and they get that you're weird. I mean, we went out to a fire pit the other night in our friend's backyard, and I was explaining some quirk of my personality. And the husband was like, Meg, if I had enough time to analyze this, like I would get paid $1 million. Like, you're such a weirdo. And I'm like, I know, but what can you do? Like, your friends love you for being weirdos, and people who don't know you, they might just be like, that person was weird, but who cares, you know?
I feel this one. Michelle says, I forget somebody's name about 3 seconds after they introduce themselves. I've tried repeating it out loud, making word associations. I can't do it. I have to meet someone like 6 times to consistently remember their name.
I have to meet someone 60 times to remember their name. This is my Achilles heel, tragic flaw. Can never run for politics.
I'm pretty good with names, but I'm terrible with faces. You know, like Brad Pitt has face blindness, but at least he's Brad Pitt. He's famous.
Amy, I did not know that Brad Pitt has face blindness. Like, I love that you said that like it's a universally accepted fact.
You know, that podcast, Brad Pitt has face blindness.
You know, Brad Pitt, he has face blindness. Like, what are you talking about? I know a lot of things about Brad Pitt, too, but I did not know he has face blindness.
Yes, Brad Pitt says that he forgets people's faces, and so people have to reintroduce themselves to him, and he's very embarrassed by that. But of course, he's Brad Pitt, so you would give him a little bit more leeway than me. But I remember names, but not faces. It's something I am like working on. Like Michelle is trying to remember names. I'm
the opposite.
I'm stuffing their face into my eyes so that I will remember them.
Well, we're a good pair because I will always remember that I met someone before. But let me tell you, here's a good tip. Move to the phrase, it's great to see you.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you can say it to someone you've never met, or you can say, because people definitely have that thing of, and whatever. We've done a bunch of like local shows here with the podcast back in the day. So there's definitely people who have seen us on stage for 90 minutes and I've met them for 1 second. Like, it's like we don't have the same amount of recognition of each other. I just go with it's great to see you.
Yeah.
Because then they don't know. Because when you say it's nice to meet you, often people will be like, we've met. And it's annoying. You know, everyone knows people who like you've introduced yourself to them 10 times and you're like, they're always like, oh,
yes.
It's so nice to meet you. And it's like, we know each other, you know?
We have met before. Yeah.
Just go with it's nice to see you. You'll never go wrong. All right, we'll be right back.
You know that thing where you get an amazing pair of shoes at a really great price and want to tell everyone about it? Yeah, so do we. Here at Designer Shoe Warehouse, we'll give you something to brag about. Like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over, or shoes that make you feel like, well, you. So go ahead, show off a little. Find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today. DSW, let us surprise you.
All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that: taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE.
And now, times you should maybe let people into your mess a little bit less.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Okay, so I know I was supposed to bring Rice Krispies for the bake sale tomorrow, but it turns out that my second grader needed a costume for the school play, which I had totally forgotten about, and he's supposed to be tree number 3, and so all of a sudden I'm trying to find brown pants and a green shirt, and then I'm supposed to make like these leaves for the shirt, and I'm really not artistic at all, and the poor guy looks like the Swamp Thing and totally nothing at all like a tree, so I didn't have time to bake, so I just brought this box of cereal. I don't know. Maybe someone at the bake sale just really likes cereal?
Dear Mrs. Smith, I apologize that Jacob showed up late for preschool this morning. I realized by the time he got there, the day was, pretty much over. But Jacob decided this morning that he had a new thing where he just really doesn't want to wear pants. Like, ever. Not even to school. So that took a while to sort out. It's totally not acceptable, I get it. But he really did enjoy the 20 minutes he did get to spend in class before being asked to leave for taking off his pants. And I told him, no more taking off his pants in school, ever. I think he gets that now.
So sorry that my car is a bit messy. I was not expecting to give anyone a ride home today. I know it smells like I'm transporting a bunch of dead animals in the trunk, but I swear I'm not. My son just spilled a supersized vanilla milkshake in the back seat on the way home from hockey practice last month, and the guy at the detailing place says that smell is never coming out.
Oh, hi. Oh, I know. I look a mess. My bad. Do you ever have one of those days where you're just like, you've got yesterday's makeup running down your face and your hair is like sticking up in every direction? And the idea of putting pants with a button on is just like, yeah, no thanks. So you just tell yourself, sorry, world, this is as good as it's going to get today. And then you're like, these slippers kind of look like shoes, right? And then you just totally go for it and you just head out the door looking like a hot mess express. And you're just like, I guess everyone's just going to have to accept me for what I am today.
Ma'am, that will be $87.15 for these groceries.
Oh no, totally my bad. I think I might have forgot my wallet. Yeah, I definitely don't have it.
This has been Times You Should Maybe Let People Into Your Mess a Little Bit Less.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Melanie says, I get a song stuck in my head that I only know one line to, like Real Love by Mary J. Blige from the Target commercial. I have sung Real Love. I'm searching for that Real Love 500 times today.
Yeah.
And I definitely know this feeling, and I have it as well. Song stuck in your head. Oh, it's the greatest path to self-annoyance.
You know what I do that I annoy myself and certainly my family members? I can't even explain why I do this, but I've always done this. I sing the next lyric that's going to be in the song, but a little bit before. I beat the clock a little bit with it.
Oh, that is extremely annoying.
Yeah, I sing the first line of the second verse while it's still the music between the chorus and the second verse. And they're like, why do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I do that.
When you have 5 people in a pandemic stuck together, the rules around who is allowed to sing what get really strict really fast.
Sure.
My husband sings in harmony to songs. Unacceptable. I have tried to break it to him that is basically a capital offense. And he will be stripped of his place in our family and ejected. But
is it existing harmony, or is he just sort of freelancing? He's going in new directions?
He's freelancing. Yeah. He's just getting his harmony on. Unacceptable. But my kids in the car, they get very annoyed when anyone sings along, which I agree. It can be very, very annoying. Listening to someone else sing is a terrible experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess it is.
But at the same time, when you're on a road trip, am I expected never to just catch a groove and sing, I'm looking for some real love? I don't know what to do with these kids.
This is a classic. Anne-Marie says she puts her coffee in the microwave to heat it and then forgets about it and finds it hours later when she opens the microwave again.
I committed to the mug. Did you commit to the mug for Christmas?
No, the mug. No, but
we talked about it for our Christmas episode.
It was super secret things we can't live without. I'll put the link in the show notes.
I was talking about this mug that's like an e-mug that heats up and it keeps your coffee to the same temperature all day. And I will say, it was much more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I think I said it was $70. It was twice that probably. It was stupid expensive. But then by that point, of course, I had crossed it off my husband's list as the thing I was going to get him. So I was like, I guess I'm paying it twice as much for it now because I'm not going to think of something else. And I had it shipped to our old house by accident because I was using an old Target account. So anyway, it was a bit of a flaw of a gift. But let me tell you, my husband now has it. He loves it. And the big thing he was saying is it's cutting down on how much coffee he drinks because his 1 cup of coffee stays hot all day.
Oh.
So he was drinking 2/3 of 4 cups of coffee. And now he sips on 1 cup of coffee all day. And he likes it much better. Michelle overestimates the level of energy she has. Making grandiose plans on crafts and activities with the kids, followed by deep cleaning and exercise while they nap. Just setting myself up for failure.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
We call this the Florida experience in our house. My dad lives in Florida, and usually we go there for a week after Christmas every year. And every year, without fail, My husband and I are like, let's sit down while we're in Florida. We'll make a budget. I have these 7 books I'm going to read. I'm going to completely revise and revamp the system we do this for the podcast. Like, I make a list of 45 things as if I'm going to, I don't know. I always just think that Florida is a magical land where I have all the time in the world to do all of the things. And do you know what I do when I get to Florida? I start drinking at 11 in the morning and I sit in a lawn chair all day. Like, what am I doing? But every year I fall for the Florida trap.
You know, and then, but you don't spend your time in the chair with your rosé being like, shoot, I have so much I'm supposed to do today. You need to have your do things times and your not do things times, and just be honest with yourself. Don't annoy yourself.
Yeah, but that's never going to happen, too. Like, I'm never going to be honest. I will live the rest of my life being like, gosh, when I'm in Florida, I'll write those thank you notes. It's not going to happen, but obviously some part of my brain is comforted by thinking I will do those things.
Jennifer, I feel this one. I look at the instructions in the package of something, then throw the package away. 2 seconds later, I have forgotten what I'm supposed to do, so I have to dig it out of the garbage to reread the instructions.
Absolutely. And I will say, I can take this a step further. I mean, cooking instructions, yes, doing it all the time. But I have finally accepted that I am a person who cannot extrapolate information off of written instructions. I have to give them to my husband and get him to explain. Like, board games, you know, we just got this new game for Christmas that looks really fun, but I have to wait until my husband can read the instructions and explain to me how to play, because it's one of those, like, the first player turns the I cannot do it. I can never read instructions. I have to watch a YouTube video or something. I cannot do it.
I was going to say, there were really good YouTube instructional videos these days about board games, because we got some complicated board games for Christmas. And there was one that actually had, like, here's the 3-minute how to play and here's the 20-minute how to play. And we watched them both. Yeah. Videos are better for a lot of things. I'm
missing that part of my brain.
YouTube taught me how to get a watermark out of a coffee table recently, like a nice, like, dark wood coffee table, got a, you know, cup mark, like, water stain in it. I would think that was ruined. No, let me tell you, white towel, hot iron, just came right up.
Look at you.
Thank you, YouTube. I know. That one's free, everybody.
Thank you, YouTube. We're also on YouTube. What Fresh Hell Podcast, the YouTube. Go check us out. We're not helpful, but we're hopefully funny.
Magdalena, she can't get to the post office. She packs gifts, hand-me-down items for her niece, anything I need to physically ship, seal them, address them, then let them sit in my trunk for 6 weeks before I go to the post office.
But that's nice for your packages. They get a little tour of the town. They get to hang out for a while. Who needs to rush them to the post office? I do find that, like, I can, like, move 400 stacks of wood in my backyard to where they need to be, but I cannot fill my car with gas. Like, that errand to me is torture. And the post office is the same way. Those small, annoying errands, I just can't face them for some reason. They involve human contact. I'm talking before the pandemic. It's not even like I don't want to be around people. It's like, the post office is the worst of all the errands. Horrible. Barbara is a person after my own heart. Forgets her lists. Where I put them, if I have the list with me, I always manage to drop it or leave it on the shelf when I'm looking for things. Maddening. If I've gone to a store 400 times in the last year, I've forgotten my list 379 times.
Yep.
Always.
This is what my husband does. If he goes to the grocery store, he makes a list and then leaves the list home. Yep.
But you know what? My husband, thank God, has the same Achilles heel, because one of us we keep, as you know, a whiteboard. So the list is on the whiteboard. So one of us will just call home and be like, I need a picture of the whiteboard.
Sounds like you solved it.
Yeah, we did kind of. You got to have workarounds for these things. Let me tell you, when you get to a certain age, you're just like, this is not fixable. This can't be fixed. And so I'm not going to beat my head against this forever. I'm just going to call it.
Jennifer says she overestimates her ability to carry things, and I inevitably enter and exit my car awkwardly. Zero grace.
Yeah.
I blame my past career as a teacher, Jennifer says. We're notorious pack mules.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has that thing, right? Of like, I can make this in one trip.
I can do these 10 grocery bags in one trip. Yep.
Did your family have the expression lazy man's load?
No. What's that?
That's the lazy man's load is when you take 400 grocery bags and drop them all, as opposed, I mean, you don't even have to drop them, but like trying to take too much stuff in one trip is called the lazy man's load. And that was always like I was always critique when I was growing up. Like, oh, Meg's got her lazy man's load.
It sounds like an Aesop's fable. Like one day.
Exactly. The lazy man tried to take all of the packages and the village starved. Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. Lindsay is absent-minded. I am busy with a task in one room, then I realize I need something related to that task in a different room. I probably had to get the item, but once I entered in the next room, I completely forgot what I'm looking for or why I needed it.
Yep, I feel you, Lindsay. You're annoying, and so am I.
Yeah, this doesn't get better, by the way, with age. This does not get better.
No.
Jillian is extremely forgetful. Anna Lynn makes a to-do list from the night before. The next morning, I look at it, and I feel something along the lines of, why is this jerk trying to kill my spontaneity? You can't control me.
Wow.
Oh, that is another Achilles heel of mine of like, Fun Meg doesn't want to do the things that Work Meg wants. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I have the two sides of my personality, and I'm just like, Fun Me is always just like, stop being such a drag with these to-do lists. Like, let's just read Twitter and the lazy boy. You know, I mean, I definitely have this internal battle.
That is not me. I'm a little bit annoying to myself with the other way.
You're work Amy all the time.
I'm like, make list and like, you jerk, you only did 12 things and you had 14 on here. It's like, well, it's 12 hours after you started. Maybe you can let yourself go a little bit. Nope.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, it's a very different, I mean, it's two sides of the same crazy, but it's just, you know, it's a different side of crazy.
At least I'm not Alexa, who only refills the Brita 47% of the time and just leaves it empty, and then she wants water and then she has to wait for it.
Oh, I'm like 12% of the time. We've got a lot of people who leave their cabinets open. This seems to be a huge problem for Jordan, Gina, Karen, Jillian, and Jordan. Oh, Jordan must have replied again.
She does it twice. She hates herself so much.
This is a weird OCD thing with me. I can't stand when a cabinet is open. So like my husband and I will be talking and I'm like, can you shut that cabinet behind you before we keep talking? Like I can't stand the sight of an open cabinet, but I am the world's, I've said this before, I am the world's messiest cook. Every single thing gets used. I mean, it's insane. Thank God I cook and my husband does the dishes. Thank God he's an angel because I mean, I cook like a tornado has come through.
And then he has to clean it up?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to, but that's sort of the deal.
That's the rule?
Well, as I've said before, one thing that I think I've really improved my life by doing is having very clear work delineations in the household. My husband and I don't have a lot of conflict anymore because, like, I'm in charge of the dining room and living room. You're in charge of the kitchen and the playroom. I do our bedroom. You know, I don't know. We have our spheres, and that works really nicely for
zone defense.
We're all zone defense, and it works for us. Let's go with a hilariously weird and sideways one. Laura is a loose cap twister. I twist the caps onto things really loosely. For example, a jar of peanut butter. I will set it back in the cupboard with the lid on it so it looks normal. But the next time my husband and I go to pick it up by the lid, the entire jar of peanut butter falls.
Oh.
A loose lid twister.
A toucher. Yeah, that's annoying.
I mean, that's a weird one.
I would be annoyed if I did that.
To yourself.
Right. To wrap, I think that would be annoying for me.
Yeah.
To me.
My kids are extreme. I know. I get the point is we're only supposed to be talking about ourselves, but the people in my life are very annoying, Amy. I'm sorry. My kids are big on putting things back on a shelf, but like 2/3 of the package is still off the shelf.
It's cantilevered. It's kind of...
Well, we store a lot of stuff on our refrigerator top because it's just a good place to put stuff. And I'm constantly being struck in the head by like Chips Ahoy cookies because they don't put it on the shelf. They put it adjacent to the shelf with most of it is still off the shelf.
Right. It physically relates to the shelf. It reminds me of our old acting classes, right? Like relate in some physical way to the shelf. It's up to you how you do it. Chips Ahoy. Just kind of hang.
Yeah, no, it's your choice. Your choice. Let's finish strong with something incredibly random, Amy. Let's go with people who don't know their right from their left.
Oh, this is me. I have to do the R and the backwards L and the forwards L sometimes to check.
I have broken this. I remember doing it really late. And I remember my mom being completely appalled that I was like a 17-year-old still holding up my L. But I've got it now. I've got it. I've mastered left and right. Next up, Amy, multiplication tables. I don't know. I'm old and I finally just got the hang of it. Like left and right. I get it. And I can even do like stage right, stage left. I can do the mirroring of left and right. I'm pretty good. Your left is my right. I get it. I'm all in.
You know, I think the takeaway is that you get to be the old age that we are, not knowing our right from our left, making lists and leaving them home, and putting the jars on too loosely. Like, we make it. We do it anyway. Despite all of our annoying things we do to ourselves, we make it through.
And we accept the things we cannot change, Amy. Yes, we really do. We're like, yeah, that's annoying, but that's me. Sorry, guys.
It's just me.
All right, come out to our Facebook page and tell us what you are doing to annoy yourself. Facebook.com/WhatFreshHellcast. And you know you can find us on social anywhere by Googling What Fresh Hell Podcast. We're on Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. I said Twitter twice. Come on over.
Pinterest. pick something else, you know?
And don't forget, please leave us a rating or review. It really helps other people find our podcast. And we will talk to you next week, you annoying monsters.
So long, everybody.
Close your eyes. Focus. Listen to work getting done with Monday.com. Relax as AI does the manual work, while your teams are aligned on a single source of truth. Feel the sensation of an AI work platform, so flexible and intuitive, it feels like it was built just for you. Notice you're limitless. Now open your eyes, go to Monday.com, start for free, and finally, breathe.